Okay, so here are this information about asteroids, okay? This is what it looks like. If you can imagine a rock the size of a city moving through space, you have a good idea of what an asteroid is. Asteroids are rocky objects that orbit the sun. Okay, so the word orbit means to go around. It goes around the sun. Okay? Some are smaller than a house, but the largest is almost as wide as Texas. Texas is a state. Okay? And this is Texas right here. That's Texas right there. But you can get more information about how big Texas is. Okay? Just to get the concept of how big that is. And it's huge. Okay? Most asteroids are in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. The millions of asteroids there are probably left over from when the solar system formed. Some asteroids have orbited that extend past Neptune. Neptune is the furthest. Okay, Neptune is the furthest planet from the sun, so that's pretty far away. Okay, really far away. You can also look that information up. How far away is Neptune, and how much further is it from the sun or to Earth? Others had orbit that brings. Others have orbits that bring them closer to Earth. Astronomers, okay, people that study astrology, okay, things from outer space, like astronauts. Watch for these asteroids because of the damage they could cause if they were hit the Earth. Fortunately, asteroids large enough to cause widespread destruction hit Earth only every 1,000 years or so. Well, that's assuming that asteroids that we have enough information to, for that to be really accurate. I know that this information is not misleading. I know it's true and it's real, but we don't even hold the answers of life. Only Jesus Christ does. So we say that, thank goodness, that the earth only gets hit every 1,000 years or so. But that's just a guess. Even the scientists who always think and feel they know the answers to everything in life, they don't even know the answers. So, anywho. Okay, exploding families. Look at this. Exploding families. Families aren't just for people. Most asteroids and the asteroid belt are members of families, too. Families are groups of asteroids with similar properties and orbits. The step below shows how an asteroid family forms, which is this one. Okay. A stay asteroid or other object moves through the solar system on a collision course. Okay, the word collision. Okay, that's like a when two things collide against each other, they crash. Okay, they crash with an asteroid. The asteroid it hits is called the parent asteroid, which would be this thing that it's pointing at. Okay? When the object crashes into the parent asteroid, its energy is transferred to the spot where the object hits. So basically, where you hit something, that's where the energy is formed. Obviously, this asteroid hit right here. This is where the energy is formed. It's created because this one hit here. So it's a force that is created. Okay. Before the collision, the parent asteroid is in orbit within the asteroid's belt. So that means before this gets hit by this, okay, over here, this asteroid was orbiting around the asteroid belt. So it was, spinning in circles around, orbiting the sun. The Earth orbits the sun. It goes around the sun. It spins around the sun. The parent asteroid explodes into smaller pieces. Each piece has the same chemical makeup as the parent asteroid, no matter how small or big. Okay, and this is like really cool, but literally this causes so much damage to the atmosphere, to outer space, and to the Earth if it comes back down. Over time, the gravitational pulls off Mars and Jupiter cause the pieces of the new asteroid family to settle into orbit that are smaller to one another. Okay, so basically everything that hits and crashes and breaks into tiny little pieces or little bigger pieces, they all still continue to orbit around the asteroid belt, within the asteroid belt. So it stays spinning around, following everything else, which is fine. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, here is the core of Ceres is solid rock. Ceres, a round asteroid. Okay, this is an asteroid, a round one. Have you ever wondered why planets are round? Ceres, the largest asteroid in asteroid belt, reveals the answer. In order for an object in space to be round, it must have enough mass. Okay, mass is the space that covers it, like the space that takes it. That also has to do with the heaviness of an object, the space in that object. That is, its own gravity pulls it into a round shape. Okay, so the more mass that object has, its own gravity within that mass pulls it into a round shape. Ceres is about 600 miles. That's 960 kilometers wide. Its mass is great enough to pull it into a ball. Also, like a planet, Ceres has layers, a core, a mantle and a crust. Ceres has a thin dust crust covered by many craters. The mantle of Ceres is water and ice. Interesting enough. Now, of course, if you guys don't understand this, obviously go look and on Google and get more information from other people that have studied this more. It's really cool though. Baked in space. Look at that. I think that's an asteroid that was baked in space. Baked in space. Ida was named from a Greek nymph, not for its resemblance to an Idaho potato. Oh, an Idaho potato. Idaho is about 37 miles wide. You can tell from the numbers of craters. The number of craters that Ida is held together more stronger than Iowa is. Ida is different from the most asteroids because it has a moon. Ida's moon is less than a mile, 1.5 km wide, kilometers wide. This moon, Destile, was the first ever discovered orbiting an asteroid. Okay, so the moon orbits the asteroid, which is interesting. Sorry if my reading isn't like sufficient enough, but you guys can read it on your own. And here's a question. Oh, that's cool.